Good morning, students. Today we will do 5 lines of the poem My Shadow. As you know, you have to learn first 5 lines of the poem. Okay, so I will read these lines for you in this video. With the help of this, learn these lines and learn how to pronunciate it. Okay, so the 5 lines are: I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. So these are the 5 lines. Now coming to the central idea. The central idea of the poem My Shadow is to restore the sense of childhood wonder in a time when science and facts were pervasive. So when we were very small, we didn't know what is the shadow, how a shadow is formed. For us, shadow is also a funny thing. So in this poem, the poet wants us to restore our childhood memory when we do not know anything about science. Okay, the speaker is a child who cannot understand this concept of a shadow and looks at her shadow in a new way. So the speaker is a small child who don't know about shadow, and he is making his own imaginations about shadow. Okay, so the summary of the poem: R.L. Stevenson poem My Shadow reflects the way in which the child might think of a shadow. Okay, the narrator notes the way in which the shadow goes around him, jumps into his bed before him. Okay, so the child is very excited on seeing his shadow, that how shadow always goes around him, always it revolves around him, and whenever he jumps into his bed, the shadow jumps before him. He also notes the way in which shadow gets suddenly bigger and smaller without growing in slow way as a child does. What is the concept in child's mind? That shadow is a very funny kind of thing, and it does not know how to grow. It is not growing like small children grow very slow, but sometimes it grow very tall, sometimes it grow very small. Okay, in the end, the narrator does not understand why the shadow does not accompany him outside early morning when sun is not there. There is no shadow, so this made the child surprised. Okay, he shows the excitement of the boy that shadow felt lazy and stayed behind while he was awake. So what he thought, that shadow is very lazy. I get up early in the morning, I am outside, and shadow is still sleeping in the bed. Okay, so word meanings, 3 word meanings are there in the poem. First one is notion. Notion means knowledge. Nursie means, I told you earlier, nanny, a woman who looks after a young child. Errant means complete, used to tell how bad someone or something is. Okay, so learn 5 lines with the help of this video, and also write down central idea and summary and word meaning.